up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Got my jelly bellies. In today's video, we're going to be talking about 3 reasons why your locks might not be growing. It comes up a lot, in a lock conversation for beginner lockers. Is that what you call somebody who's just starting their lock? Are they a locker? No. But for people that are in the beginning phases of their locks, that's an issue. Because, you want your hair to grow because you know that where it grows, the closer you get to your goal of long, luscious locks. So, yeah. I think it's one of those things where I don't know how many people make the decision to grow locks based off of short locks. I think most people want, at least at some point, to have some length. You know what I mean? In order to have length, you gotta have growth. So, I think the number one reason, I'm not gonna number these. I'll say one reason why your hair might not be growing is it might be. I think one thing you always have to remember about the lock journey is your hair is doing 2 things at the same time. It's growing out of your scalp, but it's locking onto itself. And when hair tangles and twists onto itself, it forces the strand upward because it's like tying a rope. The more knots you tie in the rope, the shorter the rope gets. So that's essentially what happens with your hair. There's a bunch of knots being tied, and it seems as though your hair isn't growing anymore. But since your hair comes out of your scalp, it just depends on whether or not they happen at the same rate, whether or not the locking part is happening faster than the growing out of your scalp part. So, yeah. I think you just have to always be aware of the fact that your hair is always growing, unless you have underlying issues. If you have underlying issues, then you may need to go see someone and have that looked at, because it could be an allergy, it could be, other scalp issues, things like alopecia, or there could just be any number of issues as to why your hair might not actually be growing. So, but I think for the most part, most people on a lock journey are seeing growth. It just may not be consistent with the rate that you would like to be seeing it grow. But it's always growing. Second reason why your hair might not be growing is breakage. I feel like sometimes people underestimate the importance of moisturization because for whatever reason you're told things like you can't wash your locks, you shouldn't moisturize your locks, you don't want to be dry or you create frizz. The frizz part of that is right. You do want frizz because frizz encourages tangling, which is encouraging the lock process. So that's a good thing. But what winds up happening is people sacrifice moisturization on account of feeling like they're creating more frizz. But what you're also doing is creating a scenario whereby your hair is going to break off because it's going to be dry. And the more hair you're losing through breakage, the less hair you're getting through growth. So always make sure you stay moisturized, whether that means creating a tonic of some sort, or just going and buying rose water and squirting that on your hair. Heck, if you're not in a position to afford any of that, just, splash some water on your head every day. Once you're actually within the lock phase, I'll put it that way. Because if you're in that initial starter phase, like yesterday somebody twisted your hair for you, 9 times out of 10 you don't want to wet that because it's just gonna cause all of the coils, or however your twist, it's gonna cause them all to come out. So you don't want to wet it that early, but maybe after about a month, once you start to see a little bit of locking. You don't have to wait until you're getting like serious budding and serious locking. Just once it's started to lock a little bit, you can go ahead and start at least wetting it. You maybe not want to put it through a full shampoo, but you can go ahead and at least start to wet it just to help with the moisturization part. So yeah, never underestimate the importance of moisturization because that's critical. The third reason your hair might not be growing is maybe it's overly processed. I think that can sound strange for those of us who pride ourselves on being natural, but whenever you throw color in your hair, it's a chemical process. And it's not always the best thing for your hair's overall health. I think if you're the kind of person who likes variety color-wise, and you always like to kind of spice it up and switch it up and do something different, that could cause your hair to suffer. And if your hair suffers, sometimes it doesn't grow. And actually, sometimes it can cause it to fall out. So, yeah, make sure you're not over processing your hair. Like I say, I'm a big proponent of color. I love color. I've added color to mine. It was already colored when we did the initial twist, but I'll go back in whenever I get new growth and add more color on top of what is already there. It'll be the same, but it'll just be filling in the new growth. But yeah, I'm a big fan of color. I love color, but just don't overdo it. Don't go from platinum blonde to purple, back to platinum blonde to honey blonde, like all of these different variations. It may look cool, but your hair is gonna suffer. So, but yeah, those are the primary reasons why I feel like you're not seeing growth. But thank y'all for watching the video. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to leave comments down below. And more than anything, don't forget to subscribe. So until next time, peace.